Question from the Modern Divorce Support Group. Hello, I'm having some issues with my ex-wife's current partner and his interactions with my children, and I need some advice. Here's some background. We divorced in 2021. Everything's been amicable. We have 4 children. We have 50-50 custody. We settled everything ourselves, including the parenting plan, custody agreement, etc. We don't have a child support order in place, but we've agreed on a number that I pay monthly. We both work. I work full-time. She works part-time. We split the kids on a 5-2-2-5. It's flexible with practices, school functions, doctor's visits, etc. Part of the reason for the flexibility is she lives 6 houses down from me. I remarried a month ago. My kids get along great with their stepmom. My ex was standoffish at first, but it's gotten better. Here's my issue. My ex is seeing a guy. The relationship formed in a roundabout manner. We had agreed verbally to introduce each other to any partner we may bring around the kids before introducing them to the kids. I did that with my then girlfriend, now wife, and she did not do that with her now boyfriend. Their relationship was ambiguous at first, but it eventually became very obvious that they were dating. Upon finding out they were dating, I Googled him. And when I Googled him, I found out he was a registered sex offender. This was incredibly concerning to me. When I confronted her, she said she just herself found out and was, quote, going to tell me. I began researching. I got the court documents. I asked her for this information via him if possible, but they never said anything. I did get the information and told her I felt we should all sit down and talk, which we did. His story was that he was dating someone, he turned 18, she was younger, and it was reported, and he went to jail for 2 years. There has more to the story, but I'm already getting long-winded. My kids told me they fight a lot. I know the cops have been called to her house at least once, but I don't know exactly why. My younger kids have told me they don't like him, but that is somewhat because his kids are much younger than mine and they find the kids annoying. We recently had a major issue. My youngest is 8 and upset him. He was sitting in a camping chair and was mad that he pushed him over. He pushed the chair over out of anger. To me, this is an escalation of other things that have happened, such as him telling my youngest that he'd spank him if he was his parent, which my ex said he always apologizes for. After the physical incident with my youngest, she said they were breaking up. I told her I did not want him around my children anymore, period. She mentioned him coming around multiple times in the following weeks to pick stuff up, always when my kids weren't there. Eventually it came out she's still talking to him, and he again apologized. And she only told me they broke up because she knew I'd be upset. I told her she could see him all she wanted on her time, but I didn't want him around the kids. She told me I'm being controlling. It's her life and I'm blowing things out of proportion. I don't think I am. And even if I am, I don't care. I feel like she's putting our children's safety last. Which brings me to my actual question. What the hell do I do? Can he be around the kids as an offender? Do I call the cops? Do I report that there was an assault 6 weeks after it happened? Do I get a lawyer? I don't want to take any of mom's time away from my kids, but I don't know what else to do, and I feel like their safety is not being prioritized. Am I being sensitive? Am I off my rocker? Do I have to sit here and hope something more serious happens? I need advice. Dad, you are the guy we all wish we had as an ex-husband. Like, I appreciate so much the background you gave in this, the questions you asked, how compassionate you are towards your ex-wife, how considerate you are of your children. Like, you're just rocking life. Thank you for being awesome. If you were in my office and if I were talking to you and I had all this information, here's what I would tell you. Mom has screwed up. There is a mandatory notification in Arizona, if you're in Arizona, about convicted sex offenders or adjudicated sex offenders. You have to give notice to the other parent. And courts take this really seriously. So the fact that she didn't tell you, that you had to discover it on your own and then pull the information out, was really bad. One of the things I would suggest you do is get a police report. You said that the cops had been at her house. I would get that police report. I would want to know what it said. But I think that mom will, I think you guys will be able to settle this, but I think there needs to be a court order in place that that man may never be around your children. And it would be better, in my opinion, for mom to break that relationship off. It is not worth it. But I think you need a court order making it illegal for that man to be around your kids. And if mom won't agree to those terms, which she probably will, history usually repeats itself. You guys have been able to come to agreements, and I think that mom would enter into a legal binding agreement not to let that man around your children. And then she risks losing custody altogether if she violates it. Not worth it. We want to be crystal clear with mom. Do not risk your relationship with your children for this man. But you, dad, have to protect your kids from him. He's dangerous. And this whole I turned 18 thing, there had to be a greater than a 3-year difference in age between dad at 18 and his girlfriend, or not dad, the boyfriend who said he turned 18 and that's why he was a registered sex offender. That means there was a greater than a 3-year difference, like a 4-year difference. Like the girl was 14 years old when he turned 18. I wouldn't want this man around my children. I think you're doing the right thing.
Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about family law, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and we'll do our best to provide answers. If you're in Arizona and need legal help, don't hesitate to contact us at Modern Law. If you're looking to represent yourself, we have free resources available at Win Without Law School. You can also join our Modern Divorce Support Group on Facebook for community support. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.